Hi, my name is Daniel Findleton, student ID 100716573, here with Challenge 2 of Advanced Computer Graphics at OntarioTech University. Today we will be looking at photogrammetry. And so first off, here is our subject. We have a small red lobster plushie. In Unity, I have two 3D models produced by two different programs. The first, the one that we are looking at right now, was produced in Meshroom, and the other was produced in Metashape. The pipeline and the process are very similar, though the results were radically different. So to create my two objects, I actually used two sets of photographs. So for the first Metashape model that we see here, this was produced using 50, a little over 50 images, and it created this sort of distorted version of the model. I then changed to a set of 181 images, though this didn't produce a better mesh in Meshroom, and in fact created a worse mesh, and we'll look at that and talk about that later. Due to the fact that I knew that photogrammetry could not pick up on transparent objects, I propped my subject on a transparent drinking glass to give this kind of effect of him floating, though this caused issues later down the line, which I will talk about later. So the other 3D model was created using Metashape, and it's this bigger boy here. So this was produced with a set of 181 images, of which I believe 170 were actually used by the algorithm, and the result is a much cleaner, higher fidelity mesh than was produced with Meshroom. For both of these objects, the process was fairly simple. I dragged and dropped the image sets, and then I went about rendering and baking the mesh using the pre-made photogrammetry pipelines for both sets of 3D models. So here we are in Meshroom. I'd just like to take a brief sec to talk about my second attempt at using Meshroom and the results that I got from there. So as you can see, this is with the second data set of 181 images, 170 of which were actually used in the construction of the 3D model. In our point cloud, I've disabled the camera because they would be occluding our vision. But as you can see here, we have a fairly decent point cloud. Like, it's like you can clearly make out the shape of our little lobster friend. Unfortunately, when we try to display the textured mesh, we can see that a lot of the background was generated, but if we disable our point cloud, you can see that for some reason or another, our lobster himself seems to have been omitted for the most part from the mesh generation. My best guess as to why this happened is most likely due to the fact that I placed the lobster plush on a glass, and because I didn't have any proper angles from the underside due to the table getting in the way, I think that it's highly likely that the lack of geometry on the bottom prevented some form of proper solid geometry being generated. This, of course, wasn't an issue in Metashape, which produced this textured 3D model. Though you can see some issues that the glass created with the geometry on the bottom. Thank you, and have a good day.